it's kind of a strange thing that nobody's talking about I wouldn't say nobody, because there's a few, like, really big gun people that are talking about it, but that's about it. And that's pretty weird. And that shows me who has an agenda and who actually is out for truth. But anyway, Trump banned the bump stock ban. The bump stocks, just wrote them out. They're gone. Now, I mean, from what I've heard, I've never used one. And most people just, they were a novelty item, like whatever. It's an inanimate object that can make you shoot a little bit faster, which technically you could do with a piece of wood and a nail. But that's besides the point. The point is, well, that essentially is the point. What are they going to ban now? Pieces of wood with nails? I mean, just think about this. If Obama would have done this while he was in office, what do you think would have happened? Be completely honest with yourself. I don't care if you like Obama. The point is that they are banning something over a false flag. And not only that, no matter what, it's still an inanimate object. If Obama was in office, or let's say Hillary was president, and she would have done this, everything would have, people would have been flipping out. But yet I hear, chirp, chirp, how is this okay? And that really shows me that people aren't really for the truth. Not everybody, just a lot of people. They would rather just oh, well, my audience is probably not going to like this, so I'm just not going to talk about it. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. The truth is the truth. It is. No matter, we need to just get rid of this whole Republican, Democrat bullshit. Because I'm telling you, very soon, we will all see each other as just Americans. And that is what this video is going to be about. It's, I'm calling it This is America. I'm sure you see it on the title. And I'm sure most of y'all have heard about We the People funding the border wall. And no matter what your feelings are about the wall, I want you to listen to this, because it needs to be heard by the people on the left, the right, the middle, the I don't care, which is kind of the point that I'm at right now, and I think everybody should be. And that's what I just want to show you. In less than a week, we have raised $16.5 million. But this isn't about the wall. What I want to point out is about how we, the people, can come together and accomplish anything. We don't need to sit around and wait for the federal government to save us. We don't need them for anything. First of all, I think it's a little silly to build the wall. I'm going to just be honest, because these people are practically the best tunnel makers ever, and I feel that it would be just throwing money into a hole, so to speak. But seriously, think about that. We can build our own roads. We can have smaller local committees to make these decisions. We don't need to let Congress sitting around doing nothing to do anything. But in order to do that, we need to unite and not feed into their divisive nonsense. Honestly, I think putting troops at the border would be the best idea. Put them down there,
there are abandoned barracks and bases and whatnot. Heck, have the new ones right out of boot camp. Put them down there. And people that are honestly here for asylum, put them to work. You know, cleaning up the barracks alongside the soldiers. They can, you know, do great things. They can not only create relationships within the community, create relationships with the people that are coming in and kind of vet them, you know, and to see if they're, you know, not lying about wanting to come in here, and showing that they'll actually put in a little work to stay here. I mean, that's pretty easy. You know, essentially they'll be funding it. You know, they'll be doing the cleanup and everything, while having military in the community, showing that the military aren't these scary people like come after you in some martial law situation. It would be good for both sides. And also, well, I'm not going to bring that up, but anyway, that's what I feel should happen. I mean, these people build tunnels like no other.
I want you to realize what America really is. The real America. Not what CNN puts up as, oh my gosh, the crazy alt-right. And then Fox puts up, crazy Antifa. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all, they're both funded. Both of them. Yeah, there's real people that join in, but the main factions of those groups are 100% funded, okay? And I want you to realize that those are the ones, and the people, you know, the people that are controlling all of this, they're the ones not only portraying America like this chaotic, hate-filled, white supremacist, hate everybody. They're doing this narrative on purpose. They want us divided in every aspect. But I want to show you the real America. And the reason that I'm essentially not really afraid for like a shit hits the fan scenario. I mean, it's gonna suck no matter what. But you know, where I'm from, this is just who we are. And that's why I guess I just don't. People say, "Oh, you're in a bubble." No, we're just normal people. We don't have paid people running around the streets acting like fools. Which you need to realize, a lot of these people are paid to make you start hating other people. I mean, most people that's their distinction in life now. You're left, you're right. Why? We're just Americans. Why can't people realize that? And that's what I want you to realize with some of these pictures.
So I want to show you some footage from some of the hurricane relief teams, mainly the Cajun Navy, and then just ordinary people. This is what America really is. This is who we are. Well, at least in the South. But I feel that most Americans and most people in general, well, some people aren't, but these are the kind of people that, look, these are young boys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your race, your religion, your party affiliation. When people need help, we go out and help. We could sit around in our homes. I want to read this. I didn't come here to go home. Cajun Navy guys en route to Pasadena, looking for any route to help, even as Louisiana faces flooding. You know, a lot of people don't realize what all really transpired during Hurricane Harvey and other hurricane situations. They were actually shot at, but they denied being shot at because they knew that they would have been pulled out, because they did not want to stop. Because they were stopped, they were all, this was when they were leaving, but they were stopped at the border and told they could not go in. We listened to it all on, we had like a certain channel that we were able to listen to everything that was going on. And, you know, and then people even here just filling sandbags, gas tanks, all of this for whoever. We didn't care who it was for. I mean, the guys just filling sandbags. We don't know who they're even going for. It doesn't matter. Raising all this. But what was going on is they said, nope, you cannot enter. And our guys don't take that lightly. They just found another way in and launched their boats off the interstate, essentially, and still went in. Because they still had cell service and everything, and so people were going over the phones and saying how, you know, their grandmother was stuck at this certain address, and, you know, they're out there 24/7. And this is what we do in times like this. In a shit hits the fan scenario, we could easily sit at our home and say, oof, it really sucks. Glad it's not here. Hopefully FEMA will take care of them. They wouldn't have. They don't have the manpower to do it. And it didn't matter. They didn't wait for a call. When Hurricane Michael and the other ones hit South Carolina and all the other states, it's packed up, no questions asked. Just everybody started loading up and went out there. We could stay in our warm homes, not worry about it, and say, dang, good thing it didn't hit here, which is what a lot of people have become these days. They forget, or they just don't care. We've become spoiled to our everything that we have. But that's not what we do here. And I honestly worry about people in other areas that have such a selfish mentality. And, oh, well, you're a crazy leftist psycho. I could care less about you. That's not how humanity works. That's not how God wants you to do things. That's not how you should morally do things. And that's what so many people don't understand. And that's why a shit hits the fan scenario will be very devastating in America. Because people don't know how to work together. Because of the anger, the division, which has been strategic. So when I do this, I'm doing this for y'all. I know people don't see that because they have so much hate. Oh, you're not supporting what I think. F you, F this, F that. But this is who I am, and I will continue. Well, I don't know if I will continue, honestly. I feel that I've done what I can, and I get demonized for it, but I guess that's part of it, unfortunately. But I'm not going to watch you fall off a cliff, lead you right off a cliff like some other people that y'all throw money at. This isn't about money. Yeah, it's nice to get donations. It doesn't happen very often because unfortunately people don't like the truth. But yet I still spend hours doing this, not for myself, for y'all.
This is the true America. Yes, they have people that don't exactly fit that mold. And those are the people I worry about. You know, the people that feel that they can only talk to people in their safe spaces and you know, all this crazy nonsense. Also, another thing is, do not think that the people on the right have not fallen for this brainwashing manipulation either. Because I have posted on other sites, on other people's videos, and people that didn't know, like, my views or whatever, and they're like, I'll just post it right here, some of these things, just because it was a kid, like a young college kid from Russia, and just going around town and seeing what the Russians think about Americans or whatever. And so, you know, I gave him truth about, I was just talking, and he was grateful. I was like, you know, I hope they realize that we don't hate the people, you know, all of our governments are very, you know, anyway. But just because I put that, they just went off the rail into emotional land. And that's what they're doing. They're playing on your emotions. They have manipulated us for so long that you no longer even use logic. And you may think you do, but I'm telling you, so many people, there was a wreck right there. There was a wreck on the other side yesterday. So many people do not. They absolutely do not. And then they want to talk about, oh, look at these little snowflakes, the feminists, the leftists. You can't call those people out when you do the same thing. The same exact thing. Ad hominem attacks. I mean, I put a long comment in that video. They could have easily disputed it. But that's not what happens. Just like in my video comments. You don't dispute the facts. You just say, you're this, you're that. That's how we got into where we are. Because people are either too lazy to look into things, they're just too blind to manipulate it, to you can't, I don't know what it is. Whenever you see facts, I mean, it's cognitive dissonance, but when you have an overwhelming amount of facts in front of you, but you still won't see it, but I mean, put all of that aside. If you really don't, I mean, you really need to realize that our government has been corrupt for a very long time. It has not changed. It has not changed. Let me say it again. It has not changed. But this is the real America. The people coming together and doing the right thing. It could be sitting back in their house, you know, like, that sucks, glad it's not me. But that's not, that's humanity. And that's how people have lasted this long. But, you know, that's when populations come to an end, is when they come to a point such as we are in right now, with the bestiality, sexual deviancy, the everything is okay, just go with it, just do whatever you want, whatever feels good, that attitude. It's usually when empires fall, just like the Roman Empire. Same thing. History is repeating itself. But, you know, it's up to you to be the bigger person, to reach out to that friend you might have blocked because they were crazy leftists or because they were too right-leaning, whoever may be watching this video. You need to realize we're all Americans. We're all people. And they all don't care about any of us. None of them. They don't. I wouldn't say any of them, because there are Congress people that honestly do, but they don't have enough power as one congressperson to do anything. But y'all have a great night. Bye, guys.
He's talking about everybody in the Trump administration doing everything they possibly can